Okay, today is going to be kind of a little bit of a hodgepodge. I had an original intent for what I wanted this video to be, and it's mostly the same, but it's late in the day. I got a little bit of a late start. Work is just busy this week, so I didn't log off exactly when I wanted to, and I'm leaving the door open, so my kid might run in and out. This is just going to be sort of casual, not like professional or anything at all. I've got the cats running around. I wanted to show you my cute headscarf too. Do you see what's on it? Meow. If I can remember what Etsy shop I bought this from, I'll link it below, but like I've really wanted to wear this for a long time. It is longer than like the Miyakota ones, so the bow is like humongous on it, but it's like, it's cute, right? It's like adorable. I didn't wash my hair today, so I was just like, I'm throwing this bow up in there. So we just have a few random things to talk about. The main thing that I wanted to do a video on is the Love More promotion from Beauty Heroes this month. I had mentioned it in my Beauty Heroes video that there was going to be a special Love More promotion, and I wanted to talk about that because I wanted to sort of test it with you guys because it's an improved formula of something that I was actually pretty critical on when I tried it the first time. We'll get to that though because I just put on my skincare. It's like 4:30 and I just did my skincare. I'm lucky my skin is as cooperative as it is right now because it should be flipping the F out with me not, doing anything to it all day. I'm also trying out a new mic. I'm trying to find the perfect camera mic setup situation that I like. I was using my clip-on mic, but I felt like the audio on it was like kind of inconsistent. I liked it, it sounded good, but I felt like when I was editing, it would come in and out. And then of course, I had to be careful not to like touch it. Anyway, so I'm trying a new mic. It's on my new camera. I upgraded to the G7X Mark III, which does seem to have a little bit of an autofocusing issue. So I'm trying to work on that. It's sort of like, maybe there's too much going on in the background, but it wants to pick up other things and it doesn't just pick up my face. So I like the picture on this camera. I really want to keep using it, but I want to figure out this autofocusing issue. And then, the mic, this one actually has an external mic jack, which is why I wanted to buy this camera. Cause I like, where is it sitting right here? Yeah. I was using the G7X Mark II, which I love the picture on this, and it doesn't have that autofocusing issue. My cat is trying to climb the dresser. It doesn't have that autofocusing issue that I have with this one, but it doesn't have an external mic jack. So when I used it, I didn't really like the audio. And then my DSLR, which is also sitting right here, I have the external mic and I like it, but I don't like the picture on it as much as I do the G7X. I feel like the G7X has much better picture. You guys are probably like, I don't care, get to the stuff. I just want to explain this because I feel like I'm always testing something new. And my cat is up here knocking stuff over. Get out of here. There is nothing up here for you. Do you just want to say hello? You want to say hello? Say hi. Hi. Hi, Pugs. He's so cute. He gets into everything, though. Always look at me. Kisses. Okay. Anyway. So I want to talk about the Detox Market Box first. So let's talk about what's in it. I know one of you guys thought it was Fit Glow. And I didn't want to say yes or no, and then, I don't know. It's not Fit Glow, unfortunately. I wish it was. But this month is Graydon. So if you're Canadian or you noticed on the Canadian page that Graydon was featured in May, was it May or was it June? It was June. You will not be mistaken. They had a sort of like a mix up with the boxes at some point, and usually they like to have Canada and US be the same, but for a couple of months they're going to be a little bit different. So if you are a Canadian customer, you'll get a different box this month. I don't actually know what the Canadian box is this month, but the US box is Graydon. So it's the Full Moon Serum, which I have tried and reviewed before. It was featured in a Beauty Heroes box, I want to say over a year ago, or maybe it was, I don't remember. It was when I was still posting on Instagram because I remember posting about it. I had like a picture of it with the full moon because there happened to be a full moon as I was using the product, and like I think the day before launch or something. I thought I was clever. And then the super sensitive skin stuff, face and ice ceramide cream. So this is like a very nice light cream. I haven't tried much from Graydon, to be honest. I've tried the Full Moon Serum. I've tried the green cream, which was also in the Beauty Heroes box. I've tried their aloe milk cleanser. I wasn't really a fan of that. It was just too kind of like basic for me. If you're into like really sensitive formulas, you might like that. What else have I tried? I tried one of their serums. I think it was the Superfood Serum, but again, it was just sort of like, it didn't wow me. So I tried this on my hand last night, and it seems like a really nice formula. I'm trying some other stuff that I'm going to talk about here in a minute. Not as a review, but just as like a precursor for the Love More promotion. But yeah, this is, if you're interested in the Detox Market Box this month, it's definitely worth it for the Full Moon Serum. I really, really like that. I have almost used up my complete bottle of that, so it's nice to have a backup of it, because I found this to be, oh, I thought there was, the only problem with leaving my door open is I never know who's going to walk in. Really effective. So yes, I do really like that. I haven't mentioned Skylar in a few months. Actually, you know what? I did my blue eyeshadow in Monday's video, and a lot of you guys really liked that. So I might actually do a blue eyeshadow video again to feature sort of like the Skylar scent. But I haven't mentioned them in a couple of months because my brain has just been sort of like not here. But in case you were interested, this month is Beach House, which is breezy, tranquil, and uplifting, and I wanted to mention it before it was gone. So it's seaweed, orange blossom, and cyclamen. I'm not actually sure what that is. It looks like it's some kind of flower. Or cyclamen, unless I'm saying it wrong. This one's very nice. It kind of reminds me of Salt Air from last year, which had seaweed, driftwood, and salt, I think. But that was also very lovely. This one kind of reminds me of that, but it's just a little bit different. It's a little bit more floral. So if you liked Salt Air, you'd probably really like this one. So Beach House. And I think I'm gonna do something blue to sort of go with this. So I need to find some colors that match this, that aren't necessarily the colors that I was wearing in my last video, because that one was really dark blue, but these are more of like light blue, sort of like beachy colors. Okay, so now we can talk about Beauty Heroes and the Love More promotion. So if you spend $125 or more at Beauty Heroes this month until the end of the month, you will receive as the Love More gift the newly reformulated Ayuna Velo, which is Ayuna's 6-in-1 Supra Stratum Protection, which is basically their SPF. Though I thought they can't call it an SPF. Is he here? He's gonna come sit on the bed. They can't call it an SPF because I guess it hasn't been tested for or certified for the US. I'm not really sure. I thought they were working on that, but apparently they still aren't. But it's an SPF, but they just can't call it an SPF, at least not in the US. So last year they featured this. This is last year's formula. I haven't used it since last year because I hated it that much. I love, is he wearing underwear? Are you wearing underwear? Okay, just want to make sure. So last year they featured this as the hero product in the box, and I did not like the formula of this because it pilled over everything that I did. I used it with Ayuna skincare, I used it with, you know, whatever other skincare that I was normally using. I could not get this to work for me because it pilled every single time. So I actually haven't used this since last year. I think we got this last May. I haven't touched it. I went to go open it to use it today. Not use it, but like look at it. The formula, it's like solidified. Can I get you to see? It's like solidified in here. So, I mean, it doesn't smell bad. It still smells the same, but it's not the same texture as it was last year, which it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to use it anyway. So this has been sitting on my vanity for the last year, just like untouched. It was covered in grime. I had to clean it off. So they heard people's feedback and they went back to the drawing board and they reformulated it. So I haven't tried this yet because I just got it in the mail yesterday. I wanted to try it with you guys on camera to see if it performs any better, if it still does the pilling thing. So I wanted to show you the skincare that I used today. So I just used the Audacity Blue Cleansing Water and then the Hanua Beauty Water to sort of like exfoliate my skin a little bit. Then I used the Fit Glow Vita Active Serum, the Fit Glow Eye Cream, Fit Glow Sea Calming Mist, and then the Fit Glow Cloud Comfort Oil and Cloud Comfort Cream. So I'm obviously testing Fit Glow right now, which you should see a video on soon. Okay, so I wanted to let my moisturizer sit for a few minutes before I tried to put this on. So this is what my skin looks like. You can see my glasses indentation. I always forget to take my glasses off a couple of hours before I try to film a video because it takes forever for these indentations to go away because I wear my glasses like all the time. I wear them when I'm working. So here's the new, I don't know exactly what's changed on this formula. It's the same size, but the packaging is a little bit different. So it's like flat and taller, but it's still 1.6 ounces. Let's see, is it still, I can't remember if it was vegan or not the first time. I'm pretty sure it's vegan. I'm not seeing any beeswax or anything else in here. So again, like I said, I don't know the differences in the formula. I don't know what they changed. I don't know if it was just specific ratios of ingredients or if they just changed the formula entirely. I don't know. But we're going to try it. So if this pills, I'm gonna be mad, honestly. So I'm taking about this much. So like a pea-sized amount. So far, so good. Yeah, this was like the one Ayuna product I was so upset that I didn't like because I love Ayuna. The essence is fantastic. The facial, I love the facial. The cream. Those are probably my 3 favorite products. So that went on much nicer. I am feeling a little pilling though. You know, the more I rub it, so maybe what I need to do is just like leave it alone. Though I feel like I want to keep like rubbing it in. But if I don't overdo it, it seems like it should be okay. And then I just like let it sit for a while before I put my makeup on. I mean, like, because if you rub anything enough, it's going to pill most of the time. So it's not like overworking the product into your skin. But when I used the old formula, it would pill like immediately. I'd put it on my face and it would just like start to roll, just like immediately. This actually feels like better. So one of the problems they said when I asked them about it, or when I told them about it the first time, was that it was if you use the facial, because the facial creates a powder, and then if you use this, it like makes it roll. So like I tried using it with the facial at first, and then I took away the facial, it still did it. I changed the skincare entirely, it still did it. Like it didn't matter what I did with this, it still did that pilling thing. This seems to be less so though. I'm not as unhappy with this as I was with the original formula. I felt a little bit down here, but maybe I was just rubbing too excessively because it's rubbed in. I don't need to keep rubbing it. I don't need to keep rubbing it into my skin. So that is the new Ayuna Velo. So far, I mean, first impressions are it's improved. You know, the formula's improved. I'll keep using it over, you know, the next few weeks and come back. Maybe we'll talk about it next week, you know, or next month, you know, when the Love More promotion's already over. But in case you are interested in it, that is the Love More promotion. If you buy $125 worth of stuff. The price has also changed. So the old price, it used to be $156, I do believe. It's now $122. So whatever they did, the cost of it is a lot less. So, I mean, it's still a lot. It does cost less than my De Mamiel one now, which I do love. And I won't rebuy just because the price has increased so much. But, I mean, it is. It's still expensive. It's still Ayuna, you know, like high... not high quality, but high quality, but what's luxury, like luxury price point. So it's still that. So if you have no problem buying the rest of Ayuna products, I mean, you probably won't have a problem with that price point. And I figured I would just talk about this again because I did mention this in another video, but maybe you didn't watch that. But Ayuna has also come out with their perfume. Is it Dojo or is it Dojo? I was pronouncing it Dojo in the other video, but now I don't know if it's like Dojo because they're a Spanish brand. So is it like Dojo? I don't know. I never know how to pronounce anything, and I know that drives some people crazy. But it's so beautiful. And if you love the Ayuna scent, like the scent of their products, you really will love. You really would love this. And they actually do sell 2 different trial sizes on the Beauty Heroes website. They sell, I think, a very baby sample, and then they sell like a a little bit of a bigger sample that's not this size. But I think this is $187. It's very luxurious. It's very beautiful packaging. And if you like the Ayuna scent, you'll like this. Here, I forgot I didn't get this wrist. But it's like, it's similar, but it feels much more delicate. It doesn't feel as aggressive as like the skincare does to me. And it's, you know, it's a little bit floral. It's a little bit different. It's not exactly the same. I'm really liking that so far, but I always really loved the Ayuna scent of the Ayuna products. I never really had a problem with it. I know so many of you guys did though. You'd always tell me how much you hate it. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. So yeah, so that's the Love More promotion in the new Ayuna perfume. One other thing that I was really excited about that came into the Beauty Hero store that they did send me to try, the Moss Mornings Sleep Peel. So it's an intense hydrating peel with hyaluronic acid, mandelic acid for smoother texture and brighter skin nutrition, and then it's got 12 treatment peels. So I was really excited about this, especially I wonder if it compares to the Goop Glow pads that were they were recently in the Detox Market bundle. The ones that were in the Detox Market bundle, I wonder if they compare to that because those Goop ones are expensive. But so it's skin nutrition with mandelic acid derived from bitter almonds and layered actives are a stunning win for smoother, brighter skin. Exfoliate skin overnight and awake with a confident, luminous morning glow. Enjoy the gentle chill vibes and slumber away while our elements spark magic. So it's got lactic acid for softer, smoother skin, glycolic acid for brightens uneven skin, salicylic acid helps unclog pores and blackheads, hyaluronic acid, which is a moisture magnet. So you press and swipe evenly over clean face, neck, and décolleté. An active tingle may occur. Let sit for 5 minutes before bedtime, leave on overnight, and rinse off in the morning. You do 2 to 3 times per week. So do you put anything over it? Use sunscreen daily. So that's the only thing is when you use things like this, you make sure you want to make sure that you're using sunscreen. So I guess if you wanted to try these, sort of like the perfect time because the Ayuna. So this is what these look like. I don't know what to do the rest of my skincare wise though. So do you just do this or do you put skincare on top too? I'm gonna have to look into that more because I'm not actually sure how to use things like this, but I'm really intrigued because you guys know I like exfoliating products. You know I like acids and, you know, exfoliating products and peels and things like that. I really love those. So that's really all that I have today. I just really wanted to talk about the Velo and I wanted to use it on camera and see if the texture feels any different, which it does. It doesn't pill immediately like this one did. I could not, like I said, I could not get the original formula to work for me. I barely used any of it. It's now just gone bad in the tube, which makes me feel awful because it was such an expensive product. But I do think that this is a superior formula to the original. You know, at least in my experience so far with the one time that I've used it, it didn't immediately do what the original formula did. I also think, did it even out skin tone too a little bit? I feel like it did. I mean, it's not really a tinted product. It's just sort of like blends in with the skin, but I feel like it did even out skin tone a little bit. I'm surprised that my skin looks as okay as it does. Considering I didn't do my skincare last night, I just went to sleep because I was like, my skin looks okay. I talked about this, I think it was Monday's video. I talked about this where sometimes I'll like, my skin looks good and then I'll go to bed and I'll just be like, it's all right, my skin will be fine. But luckily I woke up and it was fine. I mean, I'm breaking out in like a little bit, but not a ton. See my melasma down here where it picked up over the weekend. Got all these fun brown spots. I mean, still, even that, it's not that bad. My skin actually looks okay with my gigantic bow. So anyway, that's all that I've got for today. I was gonna come on here and like complain about some stuff too, about like what's going on in the industry, but maybe it doesn't matter. I just feel like I see so many people like attacking clean beauty or like clean beauty ingredients. Like Josh Rosebrook, I feel very confused by his recent post on parabens. Like, is he a clean brand? He markets himself that way, but then he makes this post on parabens. I'm just very confused what's going on. It just feels like there's a big shift away from green beauty, clean beauty, whatever you want to call it. And I see so many people incorporating, just like non-natural products, people ragging on the sustainability of clean beauty and green beauty. But here's what I'm going to say about, like, if you want to call clean beauty unsustainable, do you eat meat? Because the meat industry is extremely unsustainable. Like, if you want to talk about the waste of land use, let's talk about, animal agriculture, because we grow food to feed animals that could feed humans, but instead it's feeding animals. And then you're using land so to feed animals and then to house these animals. And the land that houses these animals gets ruined. So it's like, you want to talk about unsustainability of like land and farming practices. I see a huge area of hypocrisy there. So, I don't really want to get into it too much, because it doesn't really matter what I say. It doesn't really matter what anybody says. You just sort of, you decide for yourself what you're comfortable with, and I don't really care. Like, if you want to use stuff with parabens, or you want to use stuff with whatever other ingredient they're saying is fine, like the chemical sunscreens and whatever else they say that is, misinformation. There's so many safety studies on these that say that they're okay and there's nothing wrong with them. Like, I don't care. Do what you want to do, but why do you have to bash on people who want to do it differently? Like, you don't hear me, on here saying parabens are unsafe. All I've ever said about any of these ingredients is like, we really don't know. Like, you can never sit here and say that all of the science is like settled on these things, because it's not, because science is always changing. Like, we're always learning new things. We're always discovering new things, long-term testing of things. They used to think cigarettes were healthy at one point, they're not. I feel like it's going to be the same with a lot of these things, 20, 30, 40 years down the line. I feel like it is, but we won't know until we get there. So you can't sit here and say, so I feel like you just can't sit here and say, like, without a shadow of a doubt, that these things are safe. Or like the study says that these things are safe. Like, they may say it now, or maybe they're safer than the alternatives because the science is lopsided and there isn't as much science on the other side of it, because nobody wants to fund those or something. I don't know. I'm not a formulator. I'm not an organic chemist. I'm not any of these things. And it's just coming from the perspectives of somebody who has dipped their toes in both worlds at one point or the other. Like, I've been on the conventional side, and I didn't find it to be anything. It wasn't doing it for me. It wasn't special, and it didn't make my skin any better. If anything, it made my skin worse. I've had much more success in how my skin looks and feels since coming here. Just go back to the beginnings of my channel when I was just starting out in like natural, clean, green beauty. My skin is so much different than those first videos, because my skin has just improved so much. And like, that's enough for me. Like, I don't need to use Clinique, which I used for years and years and years with, I don't even know what was in Clinique anymore. Like, I used the Moisture Surge. I used, Alba Botanica, which is not bad, but they contain PEGs, and you guys know how I feel about PEGs. Like, if I don't want to use something, I don't need you trying to convince me that the science says it's safe. Like, I don't care. I don't know. How do you guys feel about this? Like, there are so many accounts out there that I feel like are just constantly attacking, green beauty with like studies to dispel misinformation. Like, somebody suggested the Eco Well to me recently, which I've seen around. I've seen them around, and they heavily feature Caroline Hirons, which you guys know how I feel about her. Like, if you conventional beauty, if that's where your passion is and that's, where your heart lies, like, just do it. You don't need to destroy other movements unless you think that those other movements are damaging you in some way, which they're not. So, like, conventional beauty is not going anywhere. Let's be real. Like, how many billions of dollars is the conventional beauty industry? It's just like, it's ridiculous. Look at the YouTube channels of like conventional beauty YouTubers. I don't know. I can't get into that again, but I just see it. I see it and it annoys me, and I'm just like, just let people do what they want to do. Like, if I want to use it, it's not hurting you. If you want to, you know, there's somebody that I follow that when I started following them, they were, you know, into clean and green and things like that, and that's all they would post. But now they post about like Maybelline and L'Oreal and whatever, and I haven't gotten onto her about that because it's none of my business. Like, if that's what she wants to do, like, yeah, it pains me that she's using non-cruelty free brands. Like, I mean, at the very least, you should at least avoid them because they're not cruelty free and they still test on animals, and like, that's a problem. Like, can we stop supporting brands that test on animals? But if you want to use PEGs or whatever, like, that's none of my business. I don't care. There are so many people that I like in this space that use things that I don't agree with and things that I don't use, but it's none of my business. I'm not telling them how to live their life. I'm not telling them what they have to or won't, you know, they have to or what they don't have to use. Like, it's not my business. I just wish everybody would stop attacking everybody. I just wish. But that's not going to happen because that's human nature, right? You want to defend yourself. You want to prove that you're not wrong. I don't know. I'm just over it. I mean, that demotivates me too from like posting anything. I feel like Instagram is such a much more hostile platform now, you know, because of everything. I mean, not necessarily one incident in particular. I just feel like a culmination of all the things that have happened this year. Instagram is just such a much more hostile platform. And if I do come back to Instagram, you know, more than just stories, I mean, I just want to have fun with it. I'm tired of like overanalyzing it all the time. You know, I have some ideas for things I want to do, but it's going to take like time to do them, and I'm like sort of getting myself ready for them. And my child is driving me nuts. You're driving me nuts. Did you take off your underwear? Okay, I did not realize my child was like naked that much that time, so I might have cut him out of a lot of that. But yeah, I mean, that's really, I just feel like it's so much less fun these days, and I just want to get back to fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that it was helpful. Just, I want to know what your thoughts are on the whole thing. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Have you seen the same shift? How do you feel about it? I don't know. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.